Just jump right into it. So the number one thing you're going to want is slow and steady. Basically what this does is allow you to take more damage. You can take headshots and survive them. They don't kill you outright, so if someone pops you with a varmint rifle, bolt action, whatever, it's not going to kill you outright. Body shots damage also reduced by a huge amount. So this is the number one meta Deadeye perk right now for PvP in my opinion. The second perk you're going to want for sure is Eye for an Eye, and the reason you want this is because when you do PvP, your core is essentially just your core. You don't have any fortification for your core when you join up to do the showdowns. So what this does is basically build up the fortification for your Deadeye, and say for every one kill, at least at level 2, you're going to gain 15-20% of that bar. Which is going to allow you to continually use this whenever you come in contact with somebody, and that's going to allow you to win 1v1s, 2v1s, sometimes 3v1s, depending on the skill of the player facing and whatever. I'm also running Unblinking Eye right now, which basically all this does is slows down the drain rate when you use your Deadeye. So the fortification you build up with Eye for an Eye is going to be improved with Unblinking Eye because it's going to drain slower. It'll allow you to stay in slow and steady for longer. This third slot is kind of just whatever you want it to be. I've done some experimentation right now with this. I've ran damage perks in this slot previously, and I've just started trying cold-blooded, which seems to be pretty good, but I don't have a definitive best in slot ability card for this right now. At some point I'm probably going to swap this out for Never Without One once I get Eye for an Eye up to rank 3, because I think at that point, the way the game is now with the auto aim, the amount of Deadeye you're going to get from a rank 3 Eye for an Eye is going to sustain your slow and steady pretty much for the entirety of your life before you get killed. Because when you die, this fortification that you get from Eye for an Eye is going to go away, and you're going to start from scratch basically with just your core. So some important things about this build: when you're using this build, you want to maintain your core at least half. You don't want your Deadeye core to get into the red, because then you're going to be screwed. Your shit's going to get wobbly. You're not going to be aimed correctly. So I suggest carrying some cigars in your inventory or something else that's going to keep your Deadeye core above the red. And if you're getting a steady supply of headshots, you shouldn't have to worry about that, especially when you're using Unblinking Eye. Oftentimes, you'll probably die before you use all of this up. If you're, doing pretty well, if you're doing, you're doing like 3-to-1 KDR or something like that. But I think what I'm thinking right now is getting this to rank 3 and then boosting this up to keep you alive, and swapping Unblinking Eye out for Never Without One is going to be your best option. Because at the higher levels, not only is this going to save you a headshot, it's also going to reduce the damage you take, and that's going to stack with your Deadeye. And also, I'll mention, because of the latency in the game, slow and steady might not be acting as quickly as you think it should. So what I mean by that is, say you come up against another player, you activate this, and then for some reason you get headshot by like a varmint rifle. The likelihood is that player probably already shot you before you turn this on, and there is some delay from the time you activate this until the time that you will receive the benefits of using it. So what I would suggest is, when you see someone on your minimap and you know you're about to get into that conflict with that player, you turn this on early, and that way you know it's going to be on and you'll get the full benefit of it before you start combat. But I just want to make this a quick video and kind of show what I'm using currently, because it's been really good for me, and I hope you guys will have some success with it too. Thanks.